Hello everybody, my name is Cool Blue and I'm bringing you all this video of me playing a board game. This is going to be me playing Final Girl, finally doing the campaign playthrough I talked about. And by that, by finally, I mean I'm actually doing the playthrough. For those who don't know, this is going to be the first one on Camp Happy Trails. Sorry, first one on Hans. So Hans over there, this is my little pointer, but Hans is the killer. And we're going through the lore and scenario book, which is right down here. And we're going to be playing according to the scenarios, which the first one is Night of the Pig. So I will basically do the reading of the text that's here. I don't know if you can see that all that well. So I'll be doing the reading of the text that's there before I start the playthrough. I'm not going to read through Hans's backstory. There is a YouTuber who did a fantastic job of all that already. And just to give a shout out to that YouTuber, that's going to be a Home Gamer Dad. So if you want to go hear the dramatic reading of Hans's backstory, go check out Home Gamer's Dad's video. I'll link it in the description below. If you're on Twitch watching this live, I put that link in the chat already, so feel free to check that out. Also, I'm live streaming all my playthroughs on this one because they're just going to go straight to YouTube anyway, so no need in doing any special fancy editing. I'm just going to play correctly the first time, and by that I mean I've already played through Hans and Poltergeist, and those recordings could be salvaged, but I'm not gonna, so I'm just going to do it again. So 10 more games. There you go, guys. 10 more games. So I have mods inside of this one. If you want to know more about the mods, go check out the video that talks about the mods at the top of this video, or go check out the individual videos for each mod. But I'm using the Queens of Horror deck. The only change to this mod, based on the current rules at this time, at the time I'm live streaming this, is that instead of 4 time to color card is 3, and the tenacity counters, not dice, or counters. Tenacity counters, they follow what the post says that I made about them, and the stat sheet, the dice statistics sheet for Final Girl, those are all just stat sheet. Actually, I don't need all of these. I need just one. I need this one. Nope. Wait, I need this one because this one has the stats for both of them, and I'll keep this one handy to the side because maybe it'll be useful. I don't know. We'll see. At any rate, I got everything here. I got the lore and scenario book, I got the Camp Happy Trails Gruesome Deaths book, and the rule book ready to go. All that's left for me to do is just introduce the fact that I have a Palm Island box. You'll be seeing this in all my playthroughs, as I talked before. This is Palm Island, great board game, 10 out of 10 will recommend. It also forms a great dice tray. But I do like this game a lot, and this is a fun game, but dice box. So... So there you go. All right, so let's go. This is the view of the table. I have a few different dice around that I'll give the full tour of things once we zoom in, because this is the very first video for the series, just in case you're watching this in order. So we will be spending all of our time here. And to accommodate that, what we have is we have some things that mark certain things. So for instance, we have this die, which shows you the current horror level, which is currently starts at 4 with Hans. We have this die, which shows you how many dice I get to roll, which yellow means 2, green means 3, red means 1. That's based on the horror track over here. And for those who don't know, just bring it over here. There's the horror track right there. And then also, if you'll notice, that I have a white token instead of a typical black token. And the reason for that is because I do it as a bag pulling. So whenever I or Hans dies, instead of, you know, having this token randomized at the beginning and put it face down and pretending that I didn't really see what it was before I put it down, I have put all the tokens in a bag, and I will draw from the bag whenever one of us dies to figure out if we come back alive. And if we do come back alive, then this little small filler piece that came from the Birds expansion will get thrown away or get thrown out, and then I'll just have 1 health left, or same for Hans. So that's what we're doing for that. But yeah, but the horror track here tells you how many dice you get to roll based on this level. So when we're in 7, we roll 1. When we're in 1 or 0, we will roll 3. But right now we're in 4, which is where the person is. So we roll 2. So that's what that corresponds to. And then finally we have Hans's stuff over here. This is Hans's current health. This is how hard Hans is punching, and this is how fast Hans is moving. This die will be the bloodlust for Hans. Once Hans actually gets bloodlust, he has 0 bloodlust right now. And yeah, that's kind of the tour of things that you would need to see. So, of course, the tarot cards are tarot cards, and dice are dice, and I'll be rolling all the dice on screen so you can see I'm rolling them, and I'll be flipping my cards according to the Queens of Horror mod. Yeah, and the only thing you don't get to see is, unfortunately, you don't get to see the items actively, but in the cabins, we have a first aid kit. In the dock, we have a trash can lid. Sorry, the cabins. Where are the cabins? Cabins. In the cabins, we have a first aid kit. In the dock, we have a trash can lid. And then in the utility shed, we have mysterious pills on the top. So I might be searching through those items because getting some weapons to fight Hans will be useful, but also want to escape people because my ability is pretty nice. Okay. So that is that. Now I have my starting hand of cards. All I'm going to do is just do the dramatic reading and then we will start our playthrough. So this scenario is called Night of the Pig. This is the first in Hans's story, and I'll start. Lori had never wanted to come to camp Lori had never wanted to come to camp, much less participate in the annual nighttime treasure hunt, but her girlfriend had been very convincing. It'll be fun, babe. Come on, do it for me. Lori never could say no to Lucy. Within minutes of the starting whistle, they'd become separated, and now Lori was lost and becoming angrier by the minute. But her anger turned to fear when the screams began. She frantically began searching for something to use as a weapon, anything, when she remembered that the new camp director was a pacifist and had gotten rid of archery, wood carving, and anything resembling a weapon. Damn it, Lucy, what have you gotten us into? Lori would have to make do with what she had at hand, Lori would have to make do with her hands if she and Lucy were going to survive the night and whatever was out there in the dark. All right, cool. So we got everything set up to the lore. We've read our things. The scenario dictates that we start with stubborn kids. Well, it doesn't say we start, but this is on the top of the event deck, and we always draw one event. This is also if you want to see the starting spawn, just in case people want to double check. We got 2 people here, 1 person there. We got 2 people there, 1 person there, 2, 1, 1. Yep, and I'm here. Killer's there. Cool, all good. Yeah, what I was saying was that we start with stubborn kids, which means that 1 less victim will follow me, which is really annoying. And then the next event that's on top of the deck is going to be girlfriend, which I'll find Lucy, and the girlfriend card is pretty nice because it allows me to roll 1 extra dice when the girlfriend's in my space. But also if she dies while in my space, I think I increased the horror level by 5, which is a lot. So I'd like to not do that. Oh, and just for those who don't know, I'm playing just for those who are wondering, I'm playing the tenacity counters on nightmare mode. That'll be the default for me, is always nightmare. So if you look at the rules for the tenacity counters and you want to know which ones I'm playing with nightmare. This one is the 1, this one is the 2, and yeah, we'll go from there. So I got my starting hand of cards, and I also got my stat sheet here, and I got my other stat sheet, which is on the other side of that, but also I have a duplicate here. And these stat sheets are very useful because they tell me what are my chances of success. If I want 1 success, then there's a, if I want 1 success while rolling 2 dice, then there's a, this is wrong. This is both the same. Sorry. LOL. If I want 1 success while rolling 2 dice, then there's a 56% chance I get the 1 success. If I want 2 successes, there's 11% chance, which is not the greatest. But in contrast, if I count 2s and 3s as successes, there's a 44% chance I will get at least a star, or sorry, if I count 3s and 4s, I don't know why I said 2s and 3s. There's a 44% chance I'll get a star and a partial success, or 2 partial successes, or 2 stars. So that's what that counts. So knowing that information, I am going to go ahead and just do my first set of things. I'm going to, of course, use the Queens of Horror deck because I do want to get that initialized. Oh, speaking of which, I need to initialize it. So I usually try to initialize by shuffling 3 times. So 1, 2, give it 3 good shuffles, and then 3, and then I will cut the deck, and then I will take the top 3 off, put those to the side, and there we go, we're all set. So let us go ahead and talk about our first actions, which is definitely going to be a walk. If I can escape these people, I will. I do also want to try to make a path to get to the dock, because maybe I can search for some items. The issue here is that Hans is 1, 2, or 1, 2. Hans is equidistant from both of these. Hans can go either direction. And the game, so whenever Hans activates to actually go move to punch people in the face, Hans will go in either direction. The game says the rules for ambiguity: when you have a situation to where the killer can go either way, the killer will always try to prioritize victims first, and then if there's a tie with victims as far as their distance, then the killer will try to prioritize the most victims, and if there's still a tie, then you do a tiebreaker based on one of 3 options. Option number 1 is the killer will go where it's the most inconvenient for you. Option number 2 is the killer will go where is the most thematic, and option number 3 is the killer will go where is the funniest. I like option number 4, which is roll a dice. So I will roll a die to figure out which side or which way Hans goes when that comes up. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and get things moving though. So I'm gonna go and do a walk. And with this walk, I will flip cards. I'm gonna flip 2 cards for my horror roll since I'm on the yellow, which is 2. So 1, that's it. Oh, that's a 2. And that's it. So a black queen is a 6 and a red queen is a 5 in my particular version of the mod. So that is what we got. So I got 1 success and 1 fail. So that gives me the ability to lose 1 time and move 1 space. So this is my time here. So I'm at 6, I'll go down to 5 and I'll move 1 space. Bloop. Cool. And that's great. And now I'm going to do my next one, which I kind of want to reduce the horror level if I can. But then again, I can try to get more people. I don't know. It feels a little bit greedy to try to get more people. So I'll do focus. And I'm going to roll dice for this one. So I'm going to roll 2 dice, or 2 die, as they say. And I got a partial success and a fail, so that means tenacity counter goes up. Oh, I forgot to make the tenacity counter go for that. Haha. Because I have to accept those anyway. So this is the 2 tenacity counters. This is the 1. So that's why this one went up because of this. This one went up because of that. Now I can mix and match my dice and cards if I wanted to, but I've decided not to do that so far. So the question is, do I want to make that a full success? I think the answer is yes. I will discard the short rest and weak attack. And I will go ahead and do the focus action, which is lose 1 time and reduce the horror by 1. And it says 1 time. Yeah, 1 time. Now, for those who are wondering the strategy, and I'll state this now, as somebody who's played enough games, look at the stats and look at the information. The stats of this game come out to be that you should probably take 2 actions every turn and then no more until you have cards ready. What I mean by that is that you want to have at least 4 cards in your hand before you play a card. So you need at least 5 to play. So if you want to play 1 card, you need 5 cards in your hand, because the statistics on you getting at least 1 success in this game really rely on you having 2 cards to sacrifice. And same for 2, there's a 44% chance for you getting 2 successes, as in 3s and 4s are now counted as successes in that particular situation, which is why I wanted to make this chart. And that's extremely important, because when you play this game, you might say, okay, I want to play every single card I have, and that's not necessarily a fool's errand. It's just that the game seems to think that partial successes are also successes, which they're not. And it's really frustrating because you want to play every single card, because you want to move as far as you can, as fast as you can, as far as you can, all this other stuff. But the reality of it is that this game really wants you to do 2 cards every turn and then stop. And if you do that, you can probably win a lot of your games. So just me throwing information out there. This is without any of the mods and stuff. The mods were added before I fully grasped that concept. And even after I grasp that concept, I say, nay, I want these mods anyway, because these mods actually make the game fun. Like I said, instead of just being, oh no, the dice said I don't get to do the thing, I guess. Especially tenacity dice. The tenacity dice are one of my favorites. So that's it. I'm going to end my turn here. I have a focus and a walk left in my hand. I'll hold on to these. I'm now going to the purchasing phase, which I have $4 to spend. I have my card display over here to the side where you can't see. You cannot see that. But I have 4 time, and I'll bring them up when I'm actually purchasing. These cards here that I've played are locked. I cannot... actually, let me scooch this up a little bit, because I want to... It's a little frustrating. I can't see all of... Oh, I can. I just can't see it on my TV. Never mind. All right. On my... Oh, no, there it is right there. Yeah. Jeez, I'm just blind. When I purchase a card, I'll bring it onto the screen. So that's what I was going to say. Can I shift this over? This feels like an unnecessary amount of space is being taken up by Hans. Hans the murderer. That's better. So 4 time, I will buy a sprint and a search. Actually, I'll buy a sprint and... Do I want to search? See, if Hans goes this way, I don't want to go that way. I want to go the other way. So I think I do want to buy a sprint and 2 close calls. So that's all 4 of my time, because the sprint costs 2 and a close call, the close calls cost 1 apiece. So that's going to be 4 time. So that's all my time spent. Reset back to 6. And now Hans is going to do Hans things. First and foremost, Hans is going to do Hans's killer action, which this one says Hans will swing at a victim in Hans' space. Oh, sorry. Hans will acquire a target of final girl or victim, whichever's closest, and they'll swing at him. There's nobody for Hans to swing at. And then next, we will flip over the first tarot card. Oh, I just realized one less victim will follow me. Hold on. Before we reveal that tarot card. That's annoying, actually. Because that means that when I try to carry people with me... Oh, that's not good. So the best I can do is bring this person with me and escape them. And then try to bring these people and escape them with me as well. Oh, man. That's rough. That's rough. Ooh, that's a rough condition. The question is, do I still want to sprint and 2 close calls? Because it might... Yeah, I'll take a sprint and 2 close calls. And I'll try to escape in person because I can at least get some more time to purchase more cards. That might be worth it. I don't know. Oh, also, after finish purchasing, these cards are unlocked. So these are liberated from there. Alright. I will commit to the cards I have and let Hans continue. So Hans is going to flip the first tarot card, which will go... I'll move Stubborn Kids out of the way. That will go here. Oh, Unholy Speed, of course. So Unholy Speed, Hans moves +1. So I'll put this card off to the side. So Hans effectively has 2 more health and moves at 2 speed now. Glad that card showed up so early. So now we don't have to decide which direction Hans is going to go. Hans is going to go wherever the heck Hans wants. Now it's back to my turn. I will go ahead and try to do the sprint. I have 2 close calls and a focus and a walk, so I might be able to make it in one go, hopefully. This is 1, 2, 3, if I can get the max. So I will go ahead and roll dice for this one. There's a 11% chance I get what I want. 11% chance, y'all. So come on, dice. 1 and 3 again. That's the second time. This is the previous 1 and 3, by the way. This is the current 1 and 3. At least I get a tenacity. And I will... oh, I do not get a tenacity because I have not accepted that yet, have I? Because I can close call. I think I'll close call that by spending 2 time and reroll all of it. So I do not get that tenacity. So if you're playing in with the tenacity counters, if you're playing with those, if you're doing on the Hurt Me Plenty mode, the normal mode, then you will be able to get the tenacity even if you reroll. So that's one thing to note. I think, yeah, I think that's what the rules say. Hey, look, that's much better. All right, so we got the 1 still, so I'm at 2 now, and we got 1 success. I will accept that roll. So I move 2 spaces and I lose 1 time. So lose 1 time, move 2 spaces. So I'm if I take this well, I'll leave this person here. 1, 2, like that. Because I was gonna say, if I take this person here, then Hans is definitely going to go this way, which I would rather have Hans have a chance to go the other way. And then next, I will do the walk action. And with this one, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna flip 2 cards for this one. So card 1, partial success. Card 2, success. This is a 5. This is a 3. That's working pretty cool. And like I said, I could have done 1 card and 1 die, but I'm just right now I'm trying to get some more bad cards down here so I can get ready to clear these out whenever I have the appropriate funds to do so. Like I can kill that 2 and remove it from the deck completely, so I don't have to worry about it showing up again. But right now, I'm content with this particular dice. I could discard these 2 cards and make that 2 successes, but I really only need to move 1 space. Actually, yeah, you know what? I will discard. Yeah, I will discard both. Oh, yeah, because we're at this a 5 and a partial success. So I will discard both of these cards to make that 2 successes. The reason why is because it lets me move 2 space. I lose 1 time. It's unfortunate that I'm getting rid of a close call in such a manner, but I get to move 2 spaces, so I can move space 1 and rescue this person, which I'll put here to move 1 space for free, and then space 2 to put this person here. And oh man, Hans is gonna come after me, isn't he? Oof, I did not plan on that. Well, in that case, I'll put it here, so that way I will get 2 time back. So I can at least buy a guard or buy a retaliate, maybe. And that's it. I'm done with my turn. I will end my turn. I have no more cards left in my hand. I will get all these zeros back. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have 4 time to spend. I will buy a Retaliate, because Hans will come after me, unless Hans's card says target a victim. But I will buy a Retaliate, so at the very least... Actually, no, I lied. I'll buy a Guard, and I'll buy a Search. Because then I can walk up to here to the docks and search the docks, which gives me a trash can lid, which I can use to defend, which is pretty nice. So that might be a better expenditure of my time. Alright, so that's it. These cards are liberated now. So the focus, close call, walk, sprints, and close call. Cool, good to see, good to know. And time resets back to 6. And now we go back to Hans. So Hans is going to do Hans's brooding thing, which is swing at anybody in the space, which is nobody. So swing at nobody. And then we're going to draw the next tarot card, which is going to be... He wants fresh blood, of course. Of course he's going to go for people, not me. I got all that guard for nothing. I'm glad I took the guard instead of the Retaliate, though. So he's going to go towards the victims, and he's going to move to space. There is not a tie. Well, there is a tie with distance, because this is 1, 2... and then 1, 2, and then 1, 2. But Hans will try to target the place with the most victims, so he's going to go this way, and he's going to take out this person, which is going to do the first increase, and Hans now has 1 Bloodlust, which does not change any of his statistics right now. And the double boot wasn't needed, he just used 1 boot, that's fine. And we increased the horror, oh no, we do not. We killed a, oh, this person panics though. So that person panics. Now, another thing too with the tenacity die is that when you're playing on the easier mode with the tenacity counters, if you're playing on the easier mode, then this roll counts for your tenacity if you roll a 1. So this person gets a 5, and then we'll be moving down this way. Nice. But that's kind of one of the benefits. The easier mode, the purpose of that is just to kind of let people play the game and kind of enjoy while they try to explore stuff and, you know, maybe find some joy and not just decide to sell the entire series that they have. They'd rather, you know, hold on to it for a little bit. Anything I can do to help make people, or help make people, sorry, anything I can do to help people enjoy the game. I say, as somebody who's made literally only 3 mods and for exactly this game. And one of them is not even a mod, it's just a stat sheet, but anyway. Okay, so I need to walk and search. That's my only 2. Like I said, I got 6 cards in my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm gonna do 2 actions. As I said before, the statistics state that they want you to do 2 actions every turn, and that's it. So I'm just gonna do 2 actions every turn, and that's it, and see if I have a better game than normal. So I'm gonna, let me see, where are my stats down here? So the Queens of Horror deck, there are 4 of each number, 3 cards randomly taken out. There's 1 showing of 1, 2, 3, 4 different things. So there's aces in there, there's other 2s, there's other queens. I feel like right now I'm just gonna let this be for a moment, because there's 2 queens already out, and I don't want to, you know, there's only 6 in there. Sorry, there's only 8 in there total. So I'm just gonna go ahead and roll the dice. Maybe I'll get a tenacity, who knows. Oh nice, a 6 and a partial. So what am I doing? I'm doing a walk. I only need 1 movement, so I'm not going to use that partial. I'll just lose the 1 time. So from 6 to 5, move. And then this is where I have no rerolls. Alright, well, I'm going to search, and I hope I get at least 2. So there's a 44% chance I get what I want for this, and there's a 11% chance I get what I really want. So this is what my stats look like. We'll see. Rolling 2 dice for search. Alright, I did not get exactly what I wanted, but I'll take it. So I got a 2, which bumps this tenacity up, which is great. And I will get rid of weak attack and short rest again. Those are the sacrificial cards. Why would the game give you those cards so early if they didn't want you to just throw them away, right? Right? So it's going to be 1 search success. I get the trash can lid, which is useful. So the trash can lid, if you take a look at it, it says ignore damage, and I have 3 uses of it. So that's going to be very useful later on when it comes to me versus Hans and our eventual slugfest. So I'll put 1, actually I'll put it down here. 1, 2, 3. Oop. Can y'all see that? Oh, I can't see that. Okay, fine. I will put it where the item's supposed to go. Okay. So now that's done, I am going to... I could try to focus. Oh, searching, I lose a time for searching. Yeah, take the top item card at your space and lose 1 time. Yeah. I could try to focus. The horror is not too high right now. And then I got another focus coming back to me, so I might be able to do some stuff. But I kind of don't want to lose time. I mean, at best, I can get 2 time by playing a focus. Because at best, the focus will give me 2 additional time. But I don't know if I can trust that happening for me, so... I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a rough and tough one. Rough and tough and tumbling one. Alright, so how about this? How about we do... Nope, I lied. Alright. We'll play it safe. I played my 2 cards. I don't want to tempt fate. We're gonna go ahead and end our turn there with 4 time. And I could throw away... Nope, I'm not gonna. Well... Yeah, I'm gonna throw away this focus to get 1 extra time. So from 4 to 5. And then the reason why I'm doing that is because now that I end my turn, I'm gonna get 2 cards, or sorry, I'm gonna get these cards back, these zeros. I'm gonna take myself a distraction, which is gonna reduce the horror by 2 if I succeed. And do I want to do that? Hold on. Nah, I don't think I want to do that. I mean, it'll be nice to do that, but I don't think I want to. Because I can try to start rescuing people. If I rescue 4 more people, then I got my power. Which my power is going to be kind of critical here. And Hans is about to increase the... Actually, no, I take it back. Yeah, Hans is about to increase the horror level by 1. On the next kill that Hans will most certainly have. I'm kind of tempted to take the search again, but I feel like I was being greedy. So I'm going to take the distraction and 2 close calls. And my goal next round is to play distraction focus and then hope that I get great things. And if I do, then the horror level will be managed. And then the turn after, I'll hopefully have some good things to go. So it's going to reset back to 6. That's all 5 my time. Distraction costs 3. Yep, I already had guard in my hand. Distraction costs 3. And then these 2 close calls cost 1. So that's going to be it for my turn. These cards are liberated. Alright. And I unfortunately do not have a search, but I think I got kind of one of the better items. Like, I would like to have a weapon, but I also just need to have my my other thing. So I'll try to do a walk and maybe like walk this person out. I'll be a little bit risky next turn. So that's it. So Hans is going to swing based on this card. Hans is going to swing at whoever's in Hans' space, which is nobody. And now we're going to reveal the next terror card, which this one will be, he just came out of nowhere. Place Hans with the furthest target possible. Draw the next terror card. So the furthest target possible from Hans is probably this one. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, these ones. So this one will win because these 2 are tied for the furthest away from Hans. So let me get my pointer here. Where'd the pointer go? What's the point of having a pointer if I can't find it? Alright, pen it is. Man, did I really lose a whole pointer? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so this is as I count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in the event of a tie, Hans will, or the killer will always go for the place with the most victims, which convenient for me is putting him way over there. So that's kind of cool. That means that I really need to rescue these 4 so I can hopefully make it out of here. We'll see. So Hans is going to go there. He's going to increase the horror level by 1 and then draw the next terror card. Oh, okay, that's bad. There's more text to that card than what I stopped reading at. So the horror level goes from 3 to 4, undoing my beautiful work. And next terror card, which is, let's go see if the rumors are true. Place 2 doomed victims in the space where the killer started the game. Convenient, because those are next to the exit. So looking at the treasure hunt card, which is here, they're going to spawn 2 people here. Oh, look at that. This game just wants me to have a good time. The horror goes up by 1, which is unfortunate. So we go from 4 to 5. So we're getting into the red zone. So I'm glad I got the distraction when I did. And my girlfriend's here. So the victim closest to you is your girlfriend, which is that one. And then if my girlfriend dies while I'm there, then increase the horror by 5, but I get +1 to my dice rolls now. Surprisingly, only one person has been slain. I'm kind of shocked. But I feel like I'm just making good decisions here. And by that I mean, the statistics say play 2 cards and don't do any more, otherwise you might lose. So I'm just doing that. So take that. Take that for all the people who say that there's no puzzle to this game. There's a puzzle to this game, and I figured it out. It's my vindication, y'all. Going into the play here, I want to go to the space where my girlfriend is now, and then do my distraction and focus. So this is good timing. So I'll do a walk, and I will flip 2 cards because I got some rerolls here. Get some cards out of the way. Card 1, that's a success. That's a partial. I'll take it as a 1 success, so I lose 1 time for the walk. And then I move, and now I'm in space with my girlfriend. I now get 3 dice instead of 2. Yep, and I will do distraction. And because I have 3 dice now, I'm in the stage to where it might be beneficial for me to go ahead and try. Well, I need 2 successes, so 26% chance here. And then if I have at least 2 other cards, which I do, I have a guard and a focus. Or well, I have 2 close calls, so I could re-roll some more. But I have a 74% chance of getting at least 1 success and 1 partial success, or 2 full successes or 2 partial successes. So my chances look better. Knowing my stats has actually helped me make better, more informed decisions. So I'll roll these dice, 3 dice. I'm gonna roll dice instead of flipping cards because actually, no, you know what? Take it back. I'm going to flip 2 cards and roll 1 die. I'm going to roll 1 die. So it's a 33% chance I get what I want. I'm actually breaking my statistics up, but that's fine. I did not get what I want. I have not accepted it yet, so I cannot get the tenacity. And then, ooh, that's not good. That's a really bad roll. We are spending 2 time to re-roll that all, because that's awful. I don't know what that was. So we're going from 5 to 3. And at least I got another ace down there. But I'm going to roll 3 dice. Because those... Actually, the cards... no, I'm rolling 3 dice. Yep. That's worse. That's much worse. Actually, it's not worse. That's actually the same thing. It's better for me because I get 2 tenacity from this. So I will accept this roll. And I will discard the close call and focus. Once again, discarding a close call doesn't feel good. Actually, I'll discard the focus and the guard. And that's going to give me 2 tenacity, which means 1 more tenacity, and I have a free star anyway. So that's you know, it sucks that I got that, but here we are. And I get to reduce the horror by 1, I think, and get 1 time. So reduce the horror by 1, so from 5 to 4, so still in the yellow zone. And then we get 1 time. And there we go. Thanks for nothing, girlfriend. I could probably spend 2 time to try to make that better, but at that point I'm really walking a thin line. Like, it's better for me to just preserve my close call, because we've already established that I really need to try to escape with these people. And I'm about to get 4 cards back with a walk and a focus. So I feel like I should be able to manage it with what I have, what I have here. So, all right, so we're gonna end our turn. We're gonna hold into this close call. We got 4 time to spend. I will get all my zeros back. So I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards now. These are all zeros, right? Yep. And with that, I will take a sprint for 2. So I'm down to 2 time. And I think I'll take the other sprint, because we've already established that I want to move a lot. So I'll take 2 sprints. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. So that means I should be able to play hopefully 3, but 3 might be pushing it. 3 might be pushing it. We'll see how that works out, yeah. We will see how that works out. These cards are liberated. So guard, focus, close call, distraction, walk. And this is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, same 7. So now the killer's going to do killer things. Hans is going to swing and finally take out somebody with a swing. and that's going to increase his bloodlust, which increases our horror level from 4 to 5. Oh man, every time we do something, it goes back up. And then we're going to reveal a tarot card, which is he kept swinging his hammer and killing. If there are no victims on the board, discard this card and draw the next tarot card. Otherwise, he's going to walk to a victim, acquire a victim, walk to them and slash him, which he does. And it's going to get him to still be at 2 and 1. Well, he's at 2 because of unholy speed. Like, I haven't hit him at all, so he still has that. And then Hans is going to acquire another target, which in this case, that one's a target. Is it close? Where is pointer? Let's see. This is 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, that one's way closer. And Hans is going to go over there. So 1, 2, because he only has 2 movement. And he'll stay there and not actually hurt anybody. So we're now in the stage where Hans is about to start hitting harder, and the horror is going to go up. 1 more if Hans kills 1 more person, and Hans's dark power is coming up in 2 kills. So that is a thing to be very concerned about. So now that we are here, I have 1 extra die roll, and what do I need? I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 5 movement to get everybody out and get my power. Unfortunately, it means I have to part ways with my girlfriend, but that's fine. So with my cards that I have here, because I have sprint, close call, weak attack, focus, short rest, walk, I will play the sprint first. And 3 dice is looking a little bit, well, cards are not looking awful, but they're not looking great, you know? I'm gonna go with the 3 dice. Actually, okay, how bad are the cards here? Let me see. The cards are not, yeah, the cards are not good. The cards are not good because there's 3 queens down here, so I probably need to invest in dealing with this deck a little bit more next turn. Or whenever I have some time, which might be when I free these people, because I'll get 2 time, a horror reduction, all sort of stuff. So I probably have to force it to reshuffle by spending 2 time, which is unfortunate. Alright, so rolling 3 dice. 2 successes and a 2. I will accept that gladly, and I'll take my free star. So now I have a free star to use in the future, so that tenacity die. Now, the drawback to this is that anytime I roll a 2 in the future, if this is not already spent, I get nothing. I lose it. So it's kind of a risk reward, once again adding to the crisis, but I got 2 stars and a 2. So knowing that information, I will move 3 spaces after losing 1 time. So I'll go from 6 to 5. And then I would go 1. Oh, I can only take 1 person. Ah! This is annoying. So 1, 2, and then 3. That's frustrating. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh gosh, this is like the worst, the single worst card, y'all. This stubborn kids. Oh, so bad. All right, do I want to commit to that move? So all that did was move that 1 person closer. I need to get. Yeah, it's the same thing if I go this way or that way. So I'm gonna do that 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, and I'll be here with my girlfriend because at least I can sprint again. All right, I will sprint again. And I'm gonna go ahead and use my tenacity die. I'm gonna spin this for 1 star. So when I spin that for 1 star, it's gonna reduce the number of dice that I roll, so we don't break the game here. I'm gonna roll 2 dice. So I got 1 success already, and 2 successes. Nice. Okay. So basically, I have 2 successes and a 4. Now, for anybody wondering, you cannot use the tenacity die to actually make it plus or make the number. So what I mean by that is that if you need to roll a 5 exactly, you cannot use the tenacity die to be a number. That's part of the rules of the mod. Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely do agree that this is a game that like it's pretty good, but like it has some rough edges. I have a hate-love relationship with this game. But part of it comes from me just trying to prove that there is a puzzle here. 1, so, oh, sorry. I got 3 moves. So I lose 1 time. That's gonna be 1, 2, 3. No, because I want to end my turn with my girlfriend. Jeez. This is like such a puzzle. This is like the weirdest puzzle. Do I want to move my... Okay, so I want to move my girlfriend out here. And then... I feel like I'm playing like that, like the push block puzzle, to where you have to like figure out how to push the block in while moving it out and like not corner yourself. All right, so I'm taking my girlfriend with me for 1, and then I'm moving this person in for 2, and then I'm moving back here for 3, and then I'm going to try to walk, which is my last movement that I have. And because I'm in the space with my girlfriend, I get 3 dice, so I will roll 3 die. Oh, all right. Good thing I have all these cards in my hand, because if I didn't, this would have been bad. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm discarding all 4, unfortunately. I get a 2, so I'm glad I spent that tenacity when I did. But we are going to move 2 spaces. Oh, I didn't... No, I'm losing a time for this walk, right? So I'm losing a time for this walk. Because I've sprinted, and this is a walk. Yeah, okay. So I got 2 spaces to move. I'm trying to figure out how to puzzle this properly, because only 1 person will follow me. Does my girlfriend count as a person? It says, the victim closest to you is your girlfriend. She will follow you into the killer space. While she is in your space, roll +1 die for each horror roll, if you want to see it yourself. So +1 for each horror roll. If your girlfriend dies while in your space, then increase the horror by 5. Let's see. Okay, do I think I'm going to have a big turn next round? I have a single walk left. I don't think Hans is going to be able to run into my space and murder me if I leave my girlfriend, or if I stay in the same spot as my girlfriend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1 and then rescue these 2. So I get 2 time, so from 3 to 5. And then take a... Oh, reduce the horror by 1. Well, no. There's nothing good to take. I have no... Well, I have 1 walk coming back up, which is a 0. And this will let me take an action card of 2. So I think I'll leave that one open for now. And I'll just take the horror reduction from 5 to 4. Still at 2 die, based on the yellow faces showing there. And we're just gonna be happy with that. I'm just gonna be in a space. Oh, and I have 1 more move left. There you go, 1. Because I moved 1, rescue 2 people, and then 2. Okay. So I'm in the space with my girlfriend. Hopefully things don't go bad, but they might. So I got a trash can lid. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna end my turn with 5 time. And let's see. I have focus on walk coming back into my hand. And I don't really have much else to get, to be honest. I can start building up my attacks, or I can get a distraction for 3. And then a close call for 1. Oh, I want to reshuffle that deck too. Ooh, this is hard. If I get distraction for 3, there's not many good 2s left. That's the problem. Like, there's only search and guard, and I'm not in a spot to search, and I'm not really in a spot to guard yet. Even if Hans does come at me, Hans is going to kill my girlfriend first anyway, which is going to cause a nightmare scenario, so I'm not sure, y'all. I'm not quite sure. I think going distraction is the right move. I just don't have a good idea on if I should shuffle this deck to make it a little bit more reliable, because there's so many queens taken out already. There's 3 queens taken out. There's 3 6s and 5s taken out. Not 3 of each, but 3 total between the 2. Because there's 8 in this deck. So there's 8 queens in this deck. There's 3 taken out already in the discard. I don't know what's taken out over there. There's 3 random cards taken out. And we have not seen a single shuffle indicator yet, which is the biggest concern. That means that we might be going through the entire deck if we don't shuffle. I don't know. Alright, I'm going to take a close call. I'm going to trust in the hard cards. I'll let my extra time go to waste, unfortunately. And then I'll go there. Another thing too to mention on the tenacity counters, which are these things over here, if you do play on the easiest mode, which I'm not playing, I'm playing on the harder mode. If you do play on the easiest mode, you can spend 1 time to increase your tenacity by 1, which I think is the most broken thing in the world. But as a person who designed the rules with 3 different levels, I felt that that was fine for easy. Easy is like, oh, I want to be able to have a success. You know, just spend all your time, go for it. For 1 success, I feel like that's fair. let people have their game, you know? Let people play it. So Hans is going to do Hans things. Is going to swing in a space, which is nobody, so nothing happens. And then tarot card. Fire! Ooh, this is a good time to have fire. Nice. Because nobody's in any item spot. It says roll a die to determine which space burns into flames. The cabins, the utility shed, or the dock. All victims in that space... Oh, sorry, you can't see that. Sorry, roll a die to determine which space bursts into flames. 1 through 2 is the cabins, 3 to 4 is the utility shed, 5 to 6 is the docks. All victims in that space are killed. Discard all item cards from that space. If you or an enemy are there, you each lose 1 health, which is unblockable. Good timing. So I will gladly roll a die. Now, if you're playing on normal mode with the tenacity counters, this die could potentially give you a tenacity. So we rolled a 6. So 6 is dock. So, oh, that's where we are. Well, that burst into flames. That's unfortunate. And where's the flame? Do I not have the flames? Oh, I thought there was like a flame token. No? Okay. It's just one-time thing. So the docks. I'm glad I got that trash can lid. So all of these items, all 3 of these, which I don't know what they are, they go away. I don't get to know what they are. Put them over there. And yeah, nobody was there because I rescued people. Look at me being efficient. And we're all good. Okay. So now back to my turn. We established that I'm going to try and do a distraction. So I'm going to do distraction now while I have my hand as full as I do. And I'm going to go ahead and roll my 3 dice. So rolling 3 dice. Oh no. Ooh, that's awful. All right, we are playing a reroll. I have 3 cards left. I'm going to play a close call, spending 2 time to reroll all of these. Nothing? Really? The same thing? Alright, well I guess I'm accepting that. I can't re-roll again. I'm gonna get a 1 on the tenacity though. So this one incremented by 1, which is useful. And then I can choose to... Yes, I am gonna take this as a... Oh, lose 4 time? Ooh, no. We're gonna discard these 2 cards, just focus and walk, to make that distraction a single success. Because I had a 1-3-3. And makes it a single success and reduces the horror by 1 and gives me 1 time back. So we're at 5. So that's some consolation, but not much. Okay, so that is that. That was an unfortunate series of events, but we get 1, 2, 3, 4 cards back. I have 5 time. I don't have any weapons. I really need to rescue at least 2 of these people, my girlfriend hopefully included. But I have a fear that Hans, because once Hans gets here, if he kills that person, he's going to kill that person next. And that means I have to go this way. And because of stubborn kids, which is so annoying, it's going to take me forever to actually get people marched around. So this is the dilemma, I guess. I also want to reshuffle this, but I need 2 time to do so. I don't have 2 time just floating around. Man, this is also distressing. So I will take a sprint for 2, and I will take a close call, and I will take a sprint. Nope, I will take a guard just in case. You never know. You never know. This might be the time that bad things happen. Also, this location is empty of items. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this location is empty of items, so I can't really do anything with it. But at the very least, if I can get at least 1 of these sprints to trigger, then I can do 1, 2, 3, and then get the people rescued, and then it's just me versus Hans at that point. Or alternative, if I want to be greedy, because I have a sprint, a walk, or 2 sprints and a walk. Oh no, I lied. I have a sprint and a walk. Well, if I take 2, no, I want a guard. I want a guard just in case. I don't want to be caught flat-footed here. So what I was gonna say was I can do 1, 2, and then 3 with my girlfriend, and then with the walk do 1, 2. No, I don't have enough movement. I would need 2 sprints to do that. That's more dice rolls. I don't want to roll dice if I don't have to, so I'm not gonna. Ooh, I just thought about this, because when I rescue somebody, I'm going to get to take an action card anyway, so I am going to have 2 sprints anyway. Oh, that's even better. All right, yeah, I think I took the right cards. Okay, we're happy with this. So we're going to rescue these, or liberate these cards. And now that we're done with that, we're going to reset our time, because we spent 5, which was a guard, a sprint, and a close call. So now that we're done with that, we're going to do Hans. Hans is going to swing at whoever's in Hans' space, because that's what Hans' card says. And the reason why I keep flashing the card is because when we play with the Poltergeist, the ghost will move, and it's sometimes hard to remember to not move people like Hans and move the ghost. So I just show the card just to remind everybody and myself. So tarot card shows up, which is going to be taking souvenirs. If there are no victims on the board, draw the next tarot card. Otherwise, Hans moves to the nearest victim. Targets the nearest victim, which is this one, and then moves to them, and then slashes twice. So move, slash twice, which is actually going to increase the bloodlust by 2 from 1 kill, which is unfortunate because we have 1, 2, horror level increase, dark power revealed, which is dark obsession, which means that whenever Hans attacks me, Hans will attack 1 additional time. So that is the nonsense we got to deal with now. Oh, and also Hans is hitting harder now. And Hans is officially moving faster. Still has unholy speed, but his card says he's hitting for 3 and moving for 2. But because unholy speed is still on him, he's going to be moving for 1 additional. So I really got to kick into high gear now. So we're going to go ahead and do our sprint. And we're going to roll our 3 dice. Actually, you know, I'm gonna flip 1 card and roll 2 dice. How about that? Flipping 1 card. That's a shuffle indicator. Doesn't count as a card. That's a partial success. And rolling 2 dice. Oh boy. All right. Well, I do need 2 successes on this. If I accept this roll, though, I get 1 free success. So, oh no, I lied. That's the wrong counter. That'll be this one. Nope, I lied. I'm re-rolling all that. Yeah, because that's not gonna be useful for me. So, re-rolling all of that. That's why I didn't want to draw those cards. Rolling 3. Although we have a shuffle about to happen. I think I will draw 3 cards. Oh wait, hold on. 1, 2. How many partial successes are down here now? Now we got to count more cards. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 queens or 3s or 4s. So knowing that there's 6 down here, then that means that there's 16 left. Oh, sorry, there's 16 in the deck. There's 12 left. And of the 1s and 2s, there's 8. So there's 1, 2, there's 6 left. That I still don't like those odds. It's like there's a 1/2 chance. Is that that's not 50-50. There's 6 red cards and 12 black cards. So that means there's 12 over 18, whatever that fraction comes out to, which calculator. There's a 12 over 18 chance that I'll get the card that I want. And then there's a 6 over 18 chance that I'll get what I don't want. So 6 divided by 18 is 33% chance that I'll get a thing that I don't want. And then a 12 divided by 18, there's a, right, I don't know why I even bothered doing that math, 67% chance that I'll get what I do want. So basically what I'm seeing is that there's this chance that I get what I don't want, and this chance I get what I do want. Basically normal statistics, right? I don't even know why I did all the math for that. Oh, I played these. So I am going to roll dice, because the dice are looking a little bit better. Instead of having a 67% chance to get what I want for just 1 card, that's just 1 card, I'm not counting all 3. I'm going to go ahead and... Yeah, hey, look at that. That came out to the perfect statistic, didn't it? I'm going to go ahead and roll 3 dice. Okay, I'll accept that. I mean, I have to. So I got 1 success and 1 partial. We already established that I do need 2 successes, so I will discard the weak attack and short rest to make that 2 successes, and that gives me 3 movement for the sprint, so I lose 1 time, so from 4 to 3. And then I move 3 spaces, so I will do 1, 2, and then 3. Oh, nope. Okay, I don't want that person. Wait. Okay, that person is blocking. But if I move them further away, that means that Hans is going to go that way instead when he acquires a target. So if I rescue this person... Yeah, okay, I'm rescuing this person. So 1, 2... Question is, do I want to take my girlfriend or... I have to take my girlfriend. 3, Okay, so I put my girlfriend here. And man, this is actually more difficult because I don't know which one's better. This Stubborn Kids event is so awful. So awful. So the reason why I'm having so much of a headache here is because if I rescue my girlfriend, I don't get the bonus dice roll, but I'll get another movement card, which is what I was counting on to get the rest of these people. But then I'm rolling those with just 2 dice instead of 3. If I leave my girlfriend up here, then my girlfriend's at risk of dying. And then alternatively, if I let that person stay there and do 1, 2, 3, then I can get both of these freed. But then Hans is definitely going to increase, well, yeah, Hans is going to increase the bloodlust more. That's what I'm worried about. The question is, do I want the bloodlust to increase that much, or do I want to just guarantee that I'm going to get everybody out? Alright, fine. I think guaranteeing that everybody gets out is a better idea. I don't like it though. I want to rescue everybody. Because then Hans is going to go down here and kill this person. And unless Hans is targeting a victim, Hans is going to not go this way. He's going to go towards me. Okay, alright. I've flip-flopped a billion times. I will flip-flop one last time, which is this. I will go 1, 2, and then 3. And on that, I need a sprint or a walk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a walk. I'm going to roll 3 dice. I'm going to hope that I get 2 spaces for this. 2 movement for this. I got a 1, and that's unfortunate. I will discard these 2 cards and make that 1 success. Or actually, I'll just take the hit because I'm about to get healed anyway. So yeah, so I will take that as I'm losing 2 time. So I'm from 3 to 1. And then I get 1 tenacity, which is useful. And then I lost 2 time, lost 1 health, and I get to move 1 space. So I will do that to rescue, well, because the idea is that, yeah, I'm going to rescue my girlfriend. So I lose 1 health. And that's going to allow me to take a card, which I will take the sprint card into my hand. So I now have a sprint into a focus and a guard. And now I'll move here to this person. Now hopefully this roll will be what I want, but this is pushing it to the limit, y'all. I'm gonna do a sprint, rolling 3 dice. I'm gonna roll the dice instead of playing the cards because the cards have not been carding for me, but the dice have been kind of dicing. That's good. I can deal with that. So the benefit of getting all 3 spaces, let's see. If I discard these 2, that's gonna be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, that's what I need. All right, so I'm discarding both of these, and that's gonna be 1, 2, 3. Then rescue this person, heal up my life that I lost, and I get my power, which is good, and then I rescue this person to get a time back. Sorry, the best possible outcome, that was not the best possible outcome, but it was better than what it could have been. And once again, this is all based on statistics, so statistically speaking, I played a lot of cards, so it made sense that I would have failures, but at least my 1 tenacity is about to go up and to be a full star, so that's gonna be critical here soon. So I'm ending my turn, getting these 2 cards back, and then I have 2 time to spend. I kind of don't really need to do much now that I have my power, so I'm going to guard, or buy a guard. And I'm going to end my turn. So that's it. Now Hans is going to do Hans things with Hans friends. We're going to start here. Hans is going to swing at the person in his spot, which is nobody. And then we're going to do the tarot card, which is he just keeps coming. So Hans is going to acquire target of either the final girl or the victim. The victim is closer, and then he's going to run to him and stab him. That's the last kill that Hans will get this entire game, from victims at least. And Hans will max out, oh, sorry, the bloodlust is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've not been keeping track of that. It's at 6. Alright, so now we're in the final showdown. The question is, can I get enough things to take out Hans before Hans takes out me? Because Hans is officially punching twice. He does not have his final ability yet, but he will get it soon. And by that I mean it could be as soon as next turn. So I really need either something to really take him out, or I just need a lot of guards. And for those who don't know, there's only 3 guard cards in this game, so I kind of need to go start fighting Hans now. Oh, these cards are liberated. Let me rescue these cards. So it's possible that I could still lose a game because I don't have enough guards to survive Hans punches. And I gotta deal 14 damage to Hans over the course of a bunch of punches, and I don't know if I like my chances. My girlfriend's gone and everything, and Lucy, my girlfriend, is gone. So there's that. Okay, so I got a lot to think about. I think I'd rather do nothing and use that 6 time to buy some stuff. So I will use that 6 time to buy a critical blow. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 cards. So I bought a critical blow for 6 time, and that's it for my turn. Now Hans will do Hans things. Gonna swing at people in the spot. Nobody. Tarot card. It says if there's no victims on the board, draw the next tarot card. If there's no victims on the board, draw the next tarot card. All right, cool. So we're done with that. We have no more tarot cards. Now we just reveal the finale for Hans, which is this one during the upkeep phase, which is that. Oh, actually, sorry, we don't reveal it yet. Hold on. I think the phasing, is that the phasing order? No, the phasing is once the tarot deck runs out. That's when we do that, yeah. So we reveal it now, yeah. So Hans has Bloodbath plus Dark Obsession, which is the nightmare scenario for me because I don't have any weapons, and Hans is hitting not only hard, but he's hitting 3 times, and I can take a hit and a half, maybe. So I got a lot of work to do. I either need to run to the cabins or the utility shed and hope that I find an item, or die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8 cards. So let's see. What's the shortest path of items for me that's further from Hans? So the dock has unfortunately caught fire, and there's no items left there, which is very unfortunate. That's like the most convenient place for me to search. I can try to do 1, 2, 3 to get here, and then Hans will be there 1, 2, 3, and then 1. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So if I can somehow get up there with no rerolls, then that'll be great. Oh! Actually, I made a critical error. All right, I'm not taking critical blow. I'm taking search and Furious Strike instead. Okay. Because I need one of these walks to be a double success. And I don't know if I'll be able to get that. The horror level is currently on 3, which is unfortunate. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The horror level is currently on 4, which means I'm not going to be able to get it down lower right now. Also, when playing on Nightmare mode with the tenacity counters, if the horror level gets down to green, then I get 0. But if it's in either the white area, or in this case yellow or red, then I'll get 1 per failure, per the correct dice, of course. So that means that it's kind of beneficial to be in the green because I get 3 dice, but then I don't get the benefit of the tenacity counters, so I don't kind of have a backup plan, if you will. I don't know, y'all. This is kind of rough, and not like in a I'm gonna survive kind of way, more like in a you're probably gonna die way. Because, man, 14 health is a lot of health to take out. And I don't even know if there's enough damage on these cards. Like, I do +1 when I'm punching people. So I can do 1, 2, retaliate, 3, 4. Sorry, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Critical blow, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you know, it's better for me to get planning. I'm kind of pseudo-retconning some of my other turns because I'm purchasing a search and a planning instead of a Furious Strike and Furious Strike or Critical Blow. Like, I kind of want to get a sprint too. Oh man, I want all these cards. All right, you know what? Fine. I'm changed my mind like a billion times. I had 6 times to spend. I'm getting a search, a close call, and I think that puts me at 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can only get 1 more card. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. And I don't remember what my zeros that I took back were, so I can't undo that. Improvise would be a good card to get because it gives me like a turn of like guaranteedness. I don't want to forego the close call though. But I feel like I'm wasting time in like the expenditure if I don't spend it all. Because this is out of 6, this is 2, 1. So that's 3. I guess I kind of have to take the sprints. Yeah, fine. I'll take the sprints and I'll let the 1 extra time go to waste. All right. So that was the previous turn before we did all this Dark Obsession Bloodbath revealing. That was just me retconning things to match the scenario. Nothing changed board state wise since I drew all those cards. I kind of figured that the turn will be over pretty soon, but yeah. Also, as a side note, when you're setting up the scenarios, you actually know what cards are in there. So I knew that a lot of those were, if there's no victims, blah. So there's no victims. And I was like, oh, well, I gotta fend for myself. That's my excuse. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna do a sprint, rolling 2 die. No longer has a girlfriend. R.I.P. Hey, 2 successes. I'll take it. We got 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Lose 1 time. All right, that was a great way to start this turn. What was the chance of that? 11%? 11%. 11% chance I got that. Look at me. If you roll enough dice, you'll eventually hit every single dice combination you can possibly hit. So I will now do a search, because I really need the utility shed to have a good weapon or something to help me take out Hans faster. I will roll, not the same 2 die, because I don't want to curse it. I'll roll 2 brand new die. Oof, probably should, oh, that was a 1. Oh, okay. If I accept that 1, then well, no, I cannot, because we need this to be good. All right, I will spend 2 time, so from 5 to 3, and re-roll these 2, and this is where I probably die. All right, that's not as, I mean, that's better. I don't have to spend resources, but the 2 is going to increment. And I get the top item, which is unfortunate. Mysterious Pills. Reduce the horror by 1 or heal 2. So, during action phase. That was an unfortunate series of events. I had a nice little movement there, but that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So I'm going to go ahead and try to focus. And I'm going to roll the 2 dice. Nice. Okay, so I got 1 success. I lose 1 time, which is unfortunate. So from, oh, did I lose it? Hold on. So I sprinted for 1, I close called for 2. Yeah, I did not lose a time for searching. Because when I do a search, I lose a time. Yeah. Anyway, and I'm doing a focus right now, so I lose 1 time. And I got a 1, which maxes this out, which is good. Good. More dice rolls are good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I don't really want to move anywhere right now. So I'm gonna, oh, and I reduce the horror, sorry. I reduce the horror by 1. I'm gonna go ahead and do a focus, well, I'm gonna discard a walk, because I don't need to move right now. And that's gonna give me 2 time, so from 1 to 3. And I'm gonna hold on to the rest of these cards because I think I'll need them soon. This is gonna be 1 turn cycle before Hans is with me, so I'm trying to time it to where I have enough cards to be able to defend against Hans. Although if I, oh, okay, knowing that I'm gonna get these back anyway, I'm gonna discard the short rest to get a 4th time, because that lets me buy Retaliate. All right, cool, all done. End of my turn. I have these 3 cards left in my hand. I will buy Retaliate for 4, so from 4 to 0, so just reset that back to 6. That's it. These cards are liberated. And Hans is going to do Hans's things. Hans is going to move 3 spaces. And it's going to go 1, 2, 3. Alright, now is the very scary part. Wait. Oh. What? No, these aren't my cards. Sorry. These are my cards. Now's the scary part because I have basically 1 round to kind of do as much damage as I can to Hans. I have no movement, so I have to stay where I am, which is unfortunate. But I do want to roll dice. Because I want to get rid of this focus. So I'm going to spin this focus, and hopefully I can get it down a little bit lower. So we're going to roll 2 die. I got 1 guaranteed success here, and I'm not going to spend. So we got 1 partial and 1 full. I do not want to discard 2 cards for that. So I'll take that as a single success. Reduce the horror by 1, so from 3 to 2. Still in the yellow, just barely in the yellow though. And I think that's it. Oh, I lose the time. So now I'm done with that. So 1, 2, 3, these cards in my hand. These cards come back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I need the other guard. And I need something to take out Hans. Not like on a date or anything, but something to take out Hans. Either that or I need to run away from him. Which I can, if I can punch Hans one good time, then I can run away from him, but I need to survive at least one attack from him. No, I need to survive at least 2 attacks from him. Because there's a benefit of me taking hits to get down to 1 health, because then I get 1 extra die, but then it's also risky. And at this point, Hans is very mechanical. Like, Hans is going to do the same thing until I die. There's the only time limit is will I die? Like, as in, will I survive or not? Oh, sorry, I got 5 times. My bad. I haven't spent that yet. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think I can do without 1 guard. So I can take 1 hit total. And knowing that I can take 1 hit total, I'll take a sprint for 2. And well, Hans is gonna be in my space, so actually it's the best time for me to actually hit him as hard as I can. So I can take a Furious Strike instead, which can knock down the horror level on success, and then take a close call, which that puts me at 9 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And did I get a sprint? I did not get a sprint. I do want a sprint, because after I hit Hans one good time, I want to run away from him. So that means that I would have had to have, yeah, okay, we're just going to retcon that. I'm going to discard that time. Nobody's watching, it's fine. We're going to say that I discarded a weak attack to get 1 extra time, because it's convenient for me. All right, and that allows me to buy a sprint instead. This has a 6, so the Furious Strike and the sprint, because Hans is going to be in my space and he's going to hit me once, at least once. Although, let me see. Dark Obsession says, whenever Hans attacks you at least once. Okay, never mind. I thought it was like, if Hans does damage to you, then he attacks again. It's like, no. If Hans attacks you once, he's going to attack, or he's going to attack you again. So doing this without a close call is very risky. I mean, I got 2. Okay. All right. Okay. I can't stomach doing this without some close calls. So what I'm doing is, instead of getting the sprint that I talked about, I'm going to take the 2 close calls and a Furious Strike, which is 4 or 6 total, because I discarded the weak attack. So I now have 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 9 cards. I now have 9 cards in my hand. But doing this without a close call is very risky. And I do want to try to run away as far as I can from Hans after Hans hits me. Assuming that I do at least a little bit of damage to Hans, he will lose his unholy speed. He'll move at 2 now, which means that I should be able to move far enough away from him so he's not a problem. Especially since he's going to be in the corner, so I can just like kind of play the game of chicken, just like, you know, play the chicken music songs like me running away from him. Okay, enough of that. So Hans gonna activate. Oh, these cards liberated. Hans gonna activate. Hans gonna move into my space. Hans gonna swing. Hans gonna do. I'm gonna do retaliate first, because I want to make sure that I can do something to him. So I get 2 dice total, and I'm gonna roll 2 dice and hope that I do something back to him. I'm gonna save this star for the Furious Strike, because I do want to try to get that to a 2 success. I don't want to mess around too much with that being 1 success. If I can make that somehow be a 5 as well, that'd be great. But I need 2 or 3 2s in my rolls. All right, 1 success. So this 1 is wasted. This 1 star part is wasted because this is already maxed out. So it's unfortunate that it's going to waste, but you gotta do what you got, or gotta live with what you got. I could play a close call to try to block everything. Although taking 1 damage, because I'm blocking 2, and doing 2 to Hans, because 1 + 1. Taking 1 damage is useful, because that means the next hit I take I'll be down to 1. Because Hans is hitting for 3. So there's benefit in me taking this 1 hit as is. Although I'm not getting like a star part for it. It's kind of unfortunate, it just happens. So I will block 2 damage, so take 1, so I'm down from 5 to 4. And then I will deal 2 damage to Hans, which means that he loses his unholy speed. So he's down to 12 health. Where's 12? There it is. And he's down to 2 speed. So Hans is no longer as fast as he used to be. And that was retaliate. And then Hans is going to swing again. I want to play guard. I need to block all of this. So I will spin... I don't want to spin the star. Alright, I had 2 close calls. I will not spin the star. I have 2 close calls in my hand. I need a double success for this. I need to block everything. Hey, a double success. Perfect. There's an 11% chance that can happen. And it happened. So I block everything. And then this last attack, I'm going to take it directly for 3. So I'm down to 1. So I get +1 die, which is useful. Because I'm fighting for my life. Desperation or whatever. And that's going to be it. So now we need to run as far away as possible from Hans. Before we do, we're going to leave a parting gift, a Fierce Strike. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to do a focus first. So I'm going to do a focus with my 3 dice. Oh gosh, sorry, I missed. So partial success and a 1. Man, I really hate that I didn't spin that already. I will accept that roll as is. I do not want to waste a close call on that. So that's going to lose me 1 time. That 1 star part is going to be wasted because this is already maxed out still. Which once again, it's the drawback of me not spinning it already, but hey, it happens. And then this horror level gets reduced down to 1, which puts me in the green. So I now get 4 dice, which is even better. And I think I'll save... No, I'm going to go ahead and spin this now. So I'm going to spin this for my next roll, which is going to be for a Furious Strike. And I get 4 dice. Oh gosh, my dice overfloweth. Wow, that's awful. Do I want to accept that? No, I do not want to accept that. I cannot accept that because it's going to end my turn. Alright, I'm going to do a close call, lose 2 time from 5 to 3. I'm going to reroll all 4 of those dice. Alright, let's see. 4 dice. What are my chances here? 4 dice is a... I need 41% chance that I get 2 successes. And we obviously saw that I did not have it. I have 1 more close call left in my hand, though. That's the thing to note. Okay, so I can kind of deal with that. So I'm discarding 2 cards for that. Or I can spend a close call for reroll. I will discard the short rest. Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to move far enough, am I? Oh wait, no, sorry. I rolled too many dice. Oh, jeez. Right, I cashed this in. We literally just said that. Sorry. I should have rolled 1 less die. All right, so I gotta reroll these 3 dice again. I played that incorrectly. When you're spinning the star parts, you get the star that you get. You reduce the number of dice you're rolling by 1, and then you roll your dice. So I should have rolled 3 dice. So I'm gonna reroll this without claiming anything. Okay. And that's the roll that I have to deal with now. Okay. Worse, because I wasted a star. So I have 1 star for this, and I have a partial success. So we're back where we started. Man. I kind of wish that would have been better. And if I reroll, I'm going to lose the benefit of my star anyway. This is awful. See, the problem is I'm not going to be able to run away from Hans. So... because I'm not going to be able to run away from Hans, I need to be able to survive 3 attacks. I can only survive 1 attack currently. So that means that it's not even worth me holding on to the walks since I'm going to die anyway. And then hope that I come back to life and I can fight 1 more time. So I'm going to do that. Spin those 2 walks. And make that 2 successes. So that's going to reduce... oh, actually... oof. Man, I should not play the focus. Playing the focus was the mistake here. I just don't want my turn in. Why is Furious Strike calls my turn in? I don't understand that. That's dumb. Alright, I will deal 3 damage to Hans. So Hans will be down to 9. So from 12 to 9. This is decision making in the process. And horror level gets reduced by 1 down to 0, which is great and all. It's not going to be increased anymore, so it's kind of a waste. And then if I try to do short rest, I can either lose a time or... yeah, I'm not going to be able to survive an attack if I do short rest successfully. So I'm going to hold on to all these cards. And let's see. Let us see. Should I discard these two so I can buy... Oh, I'm not going to be able to afford Critical Blow. No! Man, talk about some miscalculations here. Oh, I didn't get my star parts. Thank you for that. Thank you, and thank you. Because I deserve a break today. I agree. I agree. Man. Oh, how the turntables. So the question is, am I discarding these two to actually get something else? And the only thing I can really get is a long rest. It's the only thing I can really get. I can buy the guard for right now, for what I have. So if I discard the short rest, nope. Yeah, if I discard the short rest, and then buy the guard. Oh, sorry. Discard the short rest so I can get 4 time. Let me do this in the right order. And then end my turn, and then buy the guard, get these 2 back, and I have 2 time left. Buy a sprint. That's the best I can do. Han's gonna swing, I'm gonna die, and we're gonna see if I come back. If I come back, I have a chance. If I don't come back, then that's all they wrote. That's all they wrote. So this one is gonna be me coming back with nothing. I perished. I'm dead. I have not made it. R.I.P. Lori, you did not make it. You will be in the sequel. We don't know how, but you didn't make it. So that's it. That's it for the playthrough. Yeah, that's how that worked out. So part of that was me not counting the number of time or number of horror I need to reduce, and I reduced it by 1 extra. And literally that 1 extra card caused some problems. But in the grand scheme of things, I do want to spend a little bit of time at the end of this video, though it's another playthrough, kind of echoing some of the same sentiments I had in my first playthrough, which I was significantly more critical about the game because it's also frustrating. In addition to me seeing mechanical problems. One of the things that I think with this game that you have to take with the utmost grains of salt when you go into the game is that, and also for people who aren't defenders of this game, I also would like to speak especially to you as well when I say this, is that this game is, you have 2 actions on your turn and that's it. If you think of it that way, this game is significantly less stressful. If you think of it as I have 6 cards in my hand, therefore I want to do 6 things on my turn, this game will be very brutal and you will not have fun. It'll make it feel like every single thing is against you, and make it seem like everything is gonna catch on fire. You'll have the worst possible time. The reason why I said I wanted to say this, especially for people who are new to this game, who might look at this game and say, ooh, that's cool, I like this whole theme, I like the idea and everything. It is a blender of all blenders. If you look at it as I have 6 cards in my hand, I will play 6 actions. It's like, no. You have 6 cards in your hand, you will play 1 action for sure, maybe 2. Because the statistics of these dice come out such that you have an 89% chance of doing at least 1 thing if you have 2 cards in your hand. You have a 44% chance of possibly doing 2 things, assuming that happens twice. So this is multiplicative, so I'm actually doing the math badly as I'm talking about it. But what I'm trying to say is that if you're trying to get 2 successes, because every time you want 2 successes, if you're assuming 2 successes are the standard for you succeeding at action, then you want 2 stars. Getting 2 stars is 11% chance of you doing that on 2 dice. But if you look at it from a perspective of 3s and 4s are also successes, then that means that you have a 44% chance of being able to do the one thing you want to do. So that's not a guaranteed thing. If you want to look at a single star as a success, then your chances go up significantly higher with 89% chance of you actually doing stuff. But that's assuming that you spend 3 cards to do 1 thing. So extending that same analogy, if you're on your first turn, you have 6 cards in your hand because you start with 6 0 cards. And everybody kind of, I guess you can kind of see it pretty straightforward when you first start playing the game. But the weak attack and the short rest, those cards are basically throwaways. You don't really need those on your first turn. You rarely need those on your first turn, I should say. So knowing that information, if you want to play a walk, then you have to be ready to get rid of 4 cards to make that walk successful, or possibly just 2. Your chances of getting rid of just 2 to make it successful are still within that 44% somewhere in there, because that's counting 3s, 4s, and 5s as successes. That's why it's star and moon. Moon is half half star because when I was making this chart, I couldn't find a half star. So there's star and moon. The moon is half success or 50, partial success, and the star is a full success. So basically, on your first walk that you play, there's a 44% chance you'll be able to get the full ability that you want. There's a more likely chance you'll get one of those, which is just move one space, lose one time, which still sucks. And then, of course, on the flip side of that, there's about an 11% chance that you get both of your dice be a 1, because you can look at this single star as a single fail as well, or 2 fails as well, and get the same math, because it should be, mathematically speaking, the exact same thing, because you have an equal chance of getting fails, successes, and partials on this d6. So because of that, there's 11% chance that you'll be able to do nothing. There's 11% chance you won't be able to get to do what you want to do, which mathematically speaking is the opposite of this one, 89% chance. But that 89% chance only looks good if you consider that you're possibly sacrificing 4 cards to do your action, or possibly sacrificing 2 of your cards to do your action. So the more you think about it that way, the less stressful this game becomes, and the more possible it becomes to actually win. And then you can also plan around that. You can say, okay, on turn 1, I'm going to do 2 things and stop. I'm not going to push any further. I don't want to push my luck too much. Turn 2, I'm going to do maybe 1 thing and stop. Turn 3, I'm going to do 2 things and stop. And then you go that way, you can actually build yourself up to where you can actually do things. In my situation, it was very unfortunate that the fire happened at the dock. If the fire had not happened at the dock, which is the one bit of random that I think people who are very big fans of this game, I don't think that they consider that as a part of the brutality in this game. What I mean by that is that people look at the fact that the tarot cards come up as a source of random, and they'll just understand that that's just how the game goes. That's just an unfortunate circumstance. But there are so many unfortunate circumstances in this game, to the point where I start questioning the mechanics. I start questioning the balance, to where when I talk about places like Carnival of Blood, which is another location, or talk about places like the Sacred Groves, I ask the question, who balanced this game? Because nobody did, in my opinion. But that's just me kind of, ranting a little bit about my qualms specifically with Sacred Groves. Like, that whole Divine Wrath track is so, I hate it so much. As a mechanic, I hate it. From a theme perspective, yeah, cool. I like the theme. I like the story it's telling. It tells a cool story. But I kind of want to play the game. I don't want just the game just kind of taking the wheel from me and like playing it itself. But all that goes along with to say that, my rants aside, all that goes along with to say that the stats are a thing that are very, very, very useful in helping temper your expectations on this game. Because a lot of people, or myself included, when I first came to this game or first looked at somebody play, I was like, wow, you got 6 cards and that mechanic is cool. You don't get it back until you wait around, and like that's a really cool dilemma that it gives you. It's like, do I play it now? Do I discard it later? Do I discard these 2 cards to get this 1 success and blah blah blah? And like, that sounds cool, but then when you play it, it's like, why does this feel bad? And it feels bad because you're under the illusion that you're going to get the double star when you play a walk, when in reality you're going to get you have a much higher chance of getting a single success. And that's if you sacrifice 2 cards. And if you want to be stingy with 2 cards, you're not going to want to discard it, and then you're going to have a bad time, and you just, this game's awful, blah, blah, blah. So that's where a lot of the dislike, the strong dislike, I should say, comes from this game. If you go into the Board Game Geek post, and once again, apologies for going into this long rant, but this will probably be par for the course for all the videos. If you look at the reviews for this game, for some of the lower reviews, like 3 stars and lower for this game on Board Game Geek, you'll see a lot of people say, or people who traded this game in, they'll say things like, the dice is too random, it's way too swingy, the chances are not on your side, it's stacked against you. And that's because everybody in that, I would bet, everybody in that is probably assuming that they're going to get some stars. And when they're assuming they're going to get some stars, they're going to end up with 11% chance of getting that on turn 1. And then they get no stars, they don't want to sacrifice cards, and then they say this game's awful, and they throw off the table. And that's a fair assessment, because that's true. There's 11% chance that you'll be able to actually get the 2 stars and be able to conserve your resources. But, like I said, it's statistically more likely that you'll get 1 star or 1 partial success than it is, it's much more statistically likely that you'll get that, than it is that you'll get 2 blanks. If you treat stars as the only path to success in this game, it's good. It's not a balanced game. It's just not. If you treat partial successes as a integral part of this game, then this game is significantly more balanced than people want to give it credit for. Which, take that however you want. But that goes a long way to say that my hate-love relationship with this game comes from the fact that the statistics are as they are, and that the mechanics are so buried deep down under this theme to where it seems like you can do all these things, but in reality, no, you can't. And it's not just an arbitrary no you can't, it's just more so no you actually can't. Statistically speaking, you cannot do everything you want to do on your turns, and that's very frustrating. If this game had come out and said you have 2 action points on your turn and the killer will have 1 action point, then I feel like a lot of people approach this game a lot differently. They'll say, okay, I got 2 action points, I got to conserve my actions to do this. You have people on the side who love Euros, you have the people on the side who love action points, you have the people on the side who like this thematic world and want to kind of embrace it, and they will find common ground. But because it's under this illusion of you got 6 cards, you got to roll dice, and the dice say you might, dice say you might not, that is a misrepresentation of what's actually here. So that's me just kind of speaking as somebody who's played through all of the Hans campaign, all of the Ghost campaign, who's played Sacred Groves 3 or 4 times now, and who's played through Carnival Blood 2 times, and who's played a few other places, Creech Manor as well, 2 times or so. And I finally figured out, once I clicked, it's like, okay, this is much more enjoyable. Like, now I know what to expect. I know that if I just do too many actions, I'm going to lose. If I do too few actions, I might not have enough time. We saw I had plenty of time to rescue people. Thankfully, Hans teleported over here, which is even better. And it was just unfortunate. It was an unfortunate circumstance that the docks burnt down, because if they didn't, I was going to search through that deck. Which, if we look through that deck, we can see that there was a whistle, a map, and fireworks. So not all the most useful cards, but fireworks would have come in clutch for me in that last situation, because I just needed to move far enough away from Hans, put some fireworks, and then Hans will move to the fireworks. It will interrupt his movement, and then I can just continue running away, and maybe make it another round. And that's mainly because the timing of my guard cards coming back was not in my favor. Like, he's going to swing 3 times. I have 3 guards, or 2 guards, and take 1 attack. That means that I need to survive 1 whole turn without either getting hit or only getting hit once, which is impossible because he's hitting me 3 times. So that's kind of the dilemma that we ended up in. But that's enough me kind of cross-analyzing the game and theory crafting on the game. That's kind of what's gone into me making these mods to make it a little bit easier for people to kind of come into. The tenacity dice, I honestly feel like probably should be a part of the base game, just to be honest, because 1s and 2s suck so much. And there's not necessarily a 0% chance of you not getting 1s and 2s, which also means that there's too high of a percentage of a chance for you getting 1s and 2s. Sorry, I said that wrong. There's a non-0% chance of you getting 1s and 2s on your rolls consistently, because dice are dice. So as a result, I feel like there should be some kind of mechanic that if you're just rolling really badly, because it does happen, you just end up rolling really badly for an entire game, something to kind of make people feel like that they have a chance. Like, you know, oh, all right, you got 5 fails of 1, you got 5 fails of 2, you had 10 fail rolls total that you had to accept. Therefore, here's your consolation prize. It's not much, but it's better than nothing, you know? And I feel like that might help people be motivated playing the game. Anyway, that's enough for me saying that. I'm going to go ahead and cut the video there because I don't want to go on super long, although I've gone on super long. I feel like 90 minutes is a good time. And I'm going to go and play the next one, and then we'll be done live streaming. But if you're watching the video on YouTube in the future, then feel free to check on the next video because it should be up, hopefully by now. Yeah, you'll see them all. So thank you all very much for watching me play this game. Unfortunately, I didn't make it. Lori has perished. I, as the player, have failed in guiding Lori out of here. But Lucy made it, so my girlfriend made it. So look at her. Look at that. I rescued so many people. I rescued 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people, and Hans has brutalized 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. 6 if you count me. No, only 5? That's not right. Yeah, that's 5. So Hans has slain 7 people, or 6 people, and I rescued 7. So therefore, I won. I'm the real winner here. Take that, Hans. Sorry, I'm just rolling a die. It didn't. There. Of course, hope you won. All right, so that's it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and as always, I will see you all whenever.